Cowboys just can't win those big games on the road, and that's what's hurt us in the playoffs. Let's get into this late post-game reaction. They just be like that. The back hopefully gets more involved.
In the microwave, I close the door.
All right, so the Dallas Cowboys lose on a Christmas Eve, which I thought, could have been better with the loss, with the win, of course. I'll show you what I got in presents, really cool presents, and some Cowboy stuff in just a little bit. They lose 22-20 against the Miami Dolphins on another road game. A game I feel like we should have won when it got to the end. We'll talk about all the miscues with the offense and defense, some stuff we did well on. But it's really, I was more mad at this the other day. I know this is late. This is late because of Christmas, Christmas Eve. I got back, did all my stuff I got for Christmas, and I was busy today, and then I posted the Only All Scores earlier today. Hopefully y'all check that out. But it's this. I was madder. I was definitely madder. We needed them to win this game to keep to keep the NFC East hopes alive and a top seed. For another, to prove that you can win these big games. Look, we know the Dolphins can't do it. Okay, they did a teeny bit better than us, which we'll get into here in just a second of what they did. They did a bit better than us today. They're not much different than us. We should have won this game. We flat out should have won this game. But it's sickening. It's sickening every year the Cowboys do this. Much as a fan, I love being of them, and I'm never going to give up on the Cowboys. But they just, you get their hopes up. We all thought that, I know some people didn't want to get their hopes up. I didn't get my full hopes up. Like after yesterday, I was disappointed, but I wasn't like, yes, sir, this is our year, all that. And I was like, yeah, I really hope we can get into the Super Bowl. We all hope. We were getting on that stretch. We barely beat the Seahawks. We blew out the Eagles, and then it's like, well, then we got those road games. Like, yeah, we handled the Eagles pretty well, and home away game, okay. We've had some trouble on the road. We get that, and then you went to Buffalo, and you're like, ooh, that's not good. And then you went here and you played tough. Just a lot of miscues. I just got done watching the Ravens and Niners. Niners had a bad game. We understand that. They've played better before. And they dominated us, which we're a good team. But they dominated us, blew out us. We don't ever do well against them either. Ravens, they know how to take a break. Offense was moving so slowly. Lamar Jackson looked like an MVP out there. But Zay Flowers, man, he's had a great rookie season. And I think he could be prospect. If he did a bit more this year, I think he could be a prospect candidate for Rookie of the Year. And he may be. And then you have, then getting the quarterback bench, Purdy. I think it's like his first or second time this year, actually. I thought he got benched earlier in this. I think that's when they were on their bad game. Every loss, like 2, I think, out of the 4 losses they've had this year, he's gotten benched. And I really think that's the same thing with that. When you have usually the quarterback, if it's that good enough a quarterback, he usually gets benched. If it's that bad of a game, because he's not playing his best, and that's how it goes. Well, we'll talk about Dak Prescott in just a moment. I want to say something to y'all about him. I really want to say something about him, and it's not something bad about him at all. So we talk about, this is a game that y'all, it's just to prove y'allself winning on the road. You've got to be able to do it in the playoffs, and you wanted to prove, for one, the NFC East, another, I don't know if I said this, I had to restart this video, but one, NFC East and top seed, another to prove that y'all can win on the road. Yeah, definitely. In those big games, I know the Panthers and the Chargers and the Giants will all beat on the road, okay? You got to go up against those great teams. Look, after yesterday, you can beat anyone on the road. That's not above Miami. Unless you play tougher. But you haven't proven us. You've gotten blown out twice on the road. We played at home yesterday, could have won. Beating Buffalo, maybe. At home. I know we're all capable of winning at home. Dallas is very good on the at home. On road, they're decent. They're not. They fought hard yesterday. I really think if they went against Buffalo again, they could win. But we got our hopes up. I didn't get my hopes up too high, but this time, it's a disaster. They got Detroit on Wednesday or Saturday. It's a Monday Night Football, college football playoffs on. Hope y'all watch that. It's on Monday, New Year's Day. they've got all that, and I mean, I know that's at home. We gotta hope we can play at home in the playoffs because it seems like right now you can't prove to us that you can win at home. If y'all won yesterday, y'all could have proved us that y'all can finish it out. Out of one game, y'all would have proved a little bit to us. It's like, okay, they got something, but it'd been better than nothing. And it happened. That was a Cowboys game, and it's happened in the past. We expected that to happen. We've had some good finishes out against good teams, but we haven't. But we know that as Cowboys fans, that has happened before, and it's disastering, and that stuff happens. It's mentally. Got to be able to go out there and win it and not get afraid or something. And we'll talk about that in just a moment, especially Mike McCarthy. So we're going to go ahead and recap the game. It was starting off a great drive by the Dallas Cowboys. I thought it would be dominating. I thought we would, do that the whole entire time, put Harlan Lemke and the rookie at fullback. And he goes in and he fumbles the ball. And that's right there is the game. And we also talk about that Tony Pollard play. I swear that was a walk-in. And he, go low. I got a jersey from him today. I wanted his Tony Pollard jersey today. I wanted one, and I got one. So, I mean, it's kind of hard. As much as I still support him, but he's just not as good anymore. It's not as good. I mean, but he's just still not as good as he was last year. Definitely hurts. Definitely hurts. We talked about the offense today. The Dallas offense, we talked about that from yesterday. I'd say they put up a good performance, but it wasn't good enough. They had too many miscues, and I would say I'd put them at around maybe a B, because they were able to finish. You had Dak doing what he needed to do at the end. The O-line wouldn't block. Not enough separation. We tried getting a CD, but you've got to give Dak some space, not getting enough time. And I'm not just trying to defend Dak. There were plays that I'm like, why don't you throw it to him? There were plays I couldn't defend Dak. But now I'm going to have to, because it's like our O-line, y'all do this every time we're missing someone. It was at the beginning of the season, and y'all were going against the Giants and Jets. We know that. Y'all played well against really good Jets defense. Y'all did that well. Then y'all got to the Cardinals and y'all lost some players, and then it got to the point. Yeah, I mean, that's happened before, and we see that. But those miscues, the fumble, the penalties, the penalties, man, that's just atrocious. The too many mistakes is the Cowboys. What happens? The mentally stuff. It's the wounds, it's self-inflicted wounds, all that, and that crap. It's what hurts us as Cowboys. It's had happening for years, gets us out of those early exits, choking in the playoffs. Now, you made the playoffs at least. You gotta go further. We have higher standards, higher expectations for Dallas, and it's just not always getting us. And it's a team effort. There are players out there like Dak and Lamb and a lot of other receivers, Cooks, Fergie, whatever, you name it. Defensive players. I think Jordan Lewis had a great game yesterday, obviously. Stephon Gilmore, he had trouble. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, I want to say what we did well on was there were some executed plays. Getting the ball to Lamb was a great job. And you should have done it more. But there were some plays. It wasn't all on Prescott. It was some of it on the O-line too. But we did really well moving the ball with Lamb. Run game was, we just don't have that. We don't have a run game. We did well with Lupke and fumbled, and then I didn't really see him at all after going the game. But it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard, but I wish our offense. I'm trying to find something. Our offense yesterday, Dak had over about 253 yards. He had 2 TDs. That's great performance against a defense like that. Lamb had a total, I believe, maybe over 100 yards receiving and 1 TD. He did not have the ball as much he should have. That's where it is. You got the ball to Fergie a lot. The great game-win drive at the end. That's what needed us most, and you got it done. Now we talk about the defense. What went wrong was at the end. You held them to field goals, but it kind of didn't let you. You can't always hold them to field goals, and that's what it was expecting yesterday. Sorry. We needed to have less touchdowns, and you stopped them about twice yesterday. But were we going to stop them again? They didn't have that good red zone offense. Miami didn't. But then you couldn't get them on that stop, and you couldn't contain the run game. You did better, but you couldn't contain it enough. In the pass, oh my gosh, you let every man open. What the heck? You can't let men open that much, especially Tyreek Hill. They got explosive, and then they got in the end zone at one time, and then they were able to do that. Tua didn't have that much of a difference than Dak. Had more stats, but Dak had one more touchdown, and that's when it mattered most. So you can't. In the end, you needed it, and you just couldn't do it. Had them with a field goal, and that, but you stopped them enough. But it's a team effort. Offense didn't do always their part, and then defense couldn't do their part. Offense just got in the ball more and scored, and defense should stop them at the end. It's a team effort. I don't want to hear blaming on the offense. I don't want to hear blaming just on the quarterback, on Dak. You can't just blame it on a quarterback. We all know you can't just blame it on Dak. Dak, maybe there was some stuff that he did wrong yesterday. He kept fighting. Defense was getting you 3 points. Okay. Got you in that field goal range. Then eventually the defense helped you out. Then offense got you back and scored. Defense didn't punch out the end. Too many miscues from this team. And Dak had the game that, well, he 2 TDs and over 200 yards. That's good. That's a good game. I believe. Was it 250 yards? I think it was, I believe, either 153 yards or 253 yards. I think it was 253 yards. But anyways, Dak still had a good game. I don't want to hear anything from the quarterback. There's nothing wrong. There's plenty more to go around on this loss. Maybe there's some stuff he didn't do, but he kept getting tortured and still kept finding ways to win. Trying to win. And tell you, this play calling out of Mike McCarthy got out of hand. He was doing well up to that Buffalo game. What are you doing running the ball on first and goal, or passing the ball first and goal at the 1? You got the touchdown on that play, but what are you doing? And some of these not going for it calls, it's just he doesn't get in there enough with the coaching, with the play calling, and it's just sickening. Always too many of these miscues and mistakes that we have as Cowboys. It's tough. It's very tough. And I don't know. It depends. We'll see what happens with Mike McCarthy going in this postseason. If he screws something up, it may be time for him to go out of OC, and we may need to find someone. Or we fire his head coach. I think he should be moved from OC. I don't think he's calling, or not OC, but calling plays. He can't do it. He just can't juggle all that at once. He's not made for it. He did it with Aaron Rodgers, but that's Aaron Rodgers. Dak, I know he's a good QB, but he's not Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't have the magic. Not a lot of QBs do in the league, too. We know the miscues. The fumble, Tony Pollard not getting in, the penalties. That's it. I mean, and then some bad play calling right there. That really it. Too many mistakes, and that's what we do. And the mentally pressured, I feel like when the rain started coming, I think you got a little bit something. Not really the rain, but something happened. Problems in Dallas is that they have trouble on the road. Home, you dominate. You don't really have any problems on the road. But you get into that part where you get into the deep against those really good teams on the road, you start to have those miscues and mistakes so you shouldn't have. You can't have this, and that's what's going to hurt you come playoff time. We don't need that, and we can't get proof. Even if you won this game, we would have gotten a little bit improved. Okay, they can win on the road against those good teams. Okay, we'll take it. But this one, and it's not a surprise. We've done it for years. We're a good team. Maybe we'll find the right group team. I'm not gonna. It's not everyone. It's not everyone. But maybe we'll find the right team one day. Got to get something going. It takes teams a little bit to do. Let's go through the points. My points for the game. So we start off saying stop the run offense. I mean, you let no really rushing touchdowns. You did let Raheem Mostert get a TD off a little bit of a 5-and-out, maybe a screen. I wouldn't really say a screen, a little 5-and-out kind of. You kind of had that, but your run defense was, it didn't really, it was okay. It wasn't really what we wanted, but okay. It was more of the pass I was worried about. We always do this on and off thing, and we hate it. It's horrible. No more penalty, boys. Yep, that didn't happen. That's what hurt us. That's what got the 3rd and 13 on when Dak ran. Then you got the penalty, and then all that. And you got a kick field. I mean, all that. Too many miscues, and that's what happened. Dak deals. He had a better game. That's better game than last week. He had 2 TDs. He had I think over 200 yards. If not, he maybe had over 100. I believe it's over 250. I think it's 253 yards. And that's where I'm getting the word from. I guess him and Tua kind of had the same amount of games, so we're not really going to say. The Dolphins' offense isn't as good. We held them to a good enough. But the offense, I feel like, should have done better. It was both sides, I really think. We talk about the offense should have done better. We talk about the offense should have done better than the defense. I wasn't worried. But the penalties and the not block, oh my gosh. You're a good enough team. And then maybe some questionable throws. Dak should have thrown more to CeeDee Lamb, maybe. But he kept to try to keep us in this game. And so did the defense. But why couldn't you do it at the end? That's right. You gave up the field goal. It's a team effort. Team effort. But Dak definitely did have a better game, and we like to see that from him. Hold Tyreek. He didn't have a touchdown. He almost did at the beginning of the game, but he did have under 100 yards, so kind of. He did get open quite a bit, so I guess you did okay with that. Not really the best, but okay. O-line watches out. Definitely did not. Running and passing. Rush. We will preview this video, and I knew their front was going to do something. And what did they do? Bradley Chubb, what the heck are you doing, Chuma Adoga? You moving? I'm not going to block this guy. We're going to go help Tyler Smith. And then Dak doesn't do anything. I mean, God. Dak had no time. It's too many stuff. It's too much stuff, and we hate as Cowboys fans. It's a good team. Just hate it. That's all. Gotta get ready for Detroit. Remember, we will be live on Saturday at around. We'll be starting the live stream. So I won't have homework to do or anything, or I won't have any. I shouldn't have basketball practice, and I really hope I don't. It's like they're picking near it right before a Cowboys game. Now, if it's during, I don't think so because it would be like at 7 or something. So, and I wouldn't do it during then. But the Cowboys game will be at 7:30. It's the Monday Night Football version. It's Saturday because of the playoff. So hopefully y'all enjoy that out. But that's what they'll play. They play at home to a short line. Should win that game, especially if you're at home. So if you were there, it'd be tougher, and I could see us losing that game. But I'm more confident you playing at home and maybe get a blowout. But I can see it. Got to bounce back, and you got the Commanders. Still hope. Eagles now of the division, as of right now, have the 2 seed, and yep, it's very tough. But Eagles can lose because they barely beat the Giants, and they can lose them again because they got them again. Week 18, they got the Cardinals next week, who are very sneaky. And I wish they were playing in Arizona, but they aren't. They're playing in Philadelphia. But that's going to wrap it up for today's Video Dog Squad. Thank you so much. We'll have the plan for this week is tomorrow. I'll have my Week 16 meeting room. I got my LED lights. Also, so I won't have to hold it. I can just turn it and all that. And then I won't make it as long. And then we'll have Wednesday. We'll have some playoffs. So we'll have reviewing the playoff picture. And I may do some tier ranking of the playoff teams and all that. And maybe power ranking, or I don't know. Something to do with the playoffs. Probably something to do with the playoffs instead. Maybe next year I'll start doing power rankings. I didn't really, because there's something to do with like formulas and all that to how that helps. And I'm like, I don't really have time for that. Well, there you go. Also, I really don't because, you know, to figure all that out during school, it's kind of hard. That's why I didn't do it. So we're going to probably focus on the playoffs on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll do a preview for the... Well, actually, that'll probably be a predictions video. Week 16 predictions. Make another video. Friday will be a preview. Well, remember, we'll have community posts all throughout the week. Some questions for y'all. all through the week about the Cowboys game. So that's where I do my stuff. So stay tuned throughout the entire week. Friday will be a preview, so you can watch that. I'll try to make that earlier so you can watch that throughout the day. And then Saturday before the game, you'll be able to see what you should expect and follow other channels. And then Saturday I'll have the live stream and all that fun stuff. But that'll be it for that's gonna be it for today, Dog Squad. Thank you so much. We got another week coming up, view videos, and we got a couple more next week. Before my last day of videos. During a week will be Monday, will be New Year's Day. But I'll see you next time, Dog Squad. Have a great rest of your day. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Oh, one more thing. I do want to show y'all. As you can see, I got a Cowboys light, and I got a Dak Prescott right there. It's not hung up. We're gonna hang up all that tomorrow. I also got an Oculus Quest. You can see right here. I was using that today. Playing some games on that. It's fun. Got some new RGB headphones. I got some Cowboys shirts in there that'll be used for my video as well. Got some new pop figures as well. As you can see, I got Patrick Mahomes. He didn't have a good day today, but that's okay. Tom Brady, the GOAT. But yeah, that's about it. I believe. Oh, watch, smartwatch. It's not an Apple Watch, but look, I got it for my grandmother. Yeah, I got all that. Got Snapchat, or got notifications and all that, and then I don't know. Sorry, I was about to delete something. And then you got apps, not really apps, but just some settings and all that, activity, all that fun stuff. So free context. So it's Amazon apparently, but it's like $50-$60, and that actually is pretty good. As long as when there were actually apps, if there were actually apps on here, I could see it being $300. But that's gonna be it. I'll talk to you next time, Dog Squad. See you next time. Peace.